Did you know that in the land of the most economically advanced nation, over 33 million people live without the basic necessity of food? I mean, can you even fathom this number? That's more than the entire population of Australia. And out of these 33 million, 5 million are children. That's as if every single one of these dots represents one child that goes to bed hungry every night. But to bring gravity to this situation, let's bring it even closer to home. Imagine that these 20 children are standing in front of you, brimming with hope and potential for the future. But unfortunately, out of these 20 children, 4 face food insecurity, 4 reside in food deserts, and 4 didn't have lunch to bring in their lunch boxes today. But let's make it even more personal, bring it closer to home. Imagine that this room is an example of Oklahoma's population. I want you to observe the people sitting to your left and to your right. Now pick out 5 of these people. Unfortunately, one of this person goes to bed hungry every single night with nothing but the sound of their stomachs rumbling as their only lullaby. So you may be wondering, what are food deserts? Well, let me paint a picture for you. Imagine you're walking down a barren street with the only signs of life being a few dollar stores and fast food restaurants. The smell of greasy burgers and fries fills the air, and the only fresh produce you can find is a wilted piece of lettuce on top of a sad-looking sandwich. Unfortunately, this is the reality for many people facing food deserts and food insecurity, where access to healthy and affordable food options are scarce. Living in these places without access to nutritious food is like being stranded on a nutritional wasteland without the access to healthy foods, and you only have the options to eat from highly processed, unhealthy foods. Many research has shown the direct connection between health conditions and food insecurity, such as high blood pressure, heart disease, and diabetes. With all of these health conditions, you may think that this is one of the only impacts that food deserts have, but this is simply not true. Mental health concerns are also a big impact that get significantly impacted by food deserts. Examples are PTSD, depression, and anxiety. According to the American Academy of Pediatrics, mothers with school-aged children that face hunger are 56.2% more likely to suffer from PTSD and 53.1% more likely to suffer from severe depression. This is one of the many factors that food deserts face and impact our community with. But it's not just a geographical problem. There are many economic, political, and social factors that go into food deserts as well. Economic factors such as poverty, skyrocketing rents, and high medical and utility bills often squeeze individuals' financial resources and risking the possibility of food insecurity. Political factors such as eligibility for government assistance programs such as SNAP and Medicaid, and citizenship status also are a great risk. Research shows that government assistance programs have been proven to increasingly reduce the risk of food insecurity with many individuals. Social factors are also crucial, and it has been shown that older populations of people rely on each other majorly for food and support. Now, let's go on to what I have done about this. Throughout my research of food deserts throughout the past years, I have found that North Tulsa residents have an 11-year less life expectancy than anywhere else. The sole cause? Can you guess what it is? Food deserts and food insecurities. So because of this, I got involved with 2 local organizations, Food on the Move and Oasis Fresh Market, where I worked vigorously towards solving the problem. Specifically, at Oasis Fresh Market, I was tasked with standing at the entrance with a little clipboard and survey, having customers sign up for a new SNAP program just by asking them some basic questions. Except for the fact that they weren't basic questions. Many people didn't have a permanent address. They relied on burner phones, and a lot of them didn't know how to read and write. This was a humbling experience, to say the least, to see the barriers that people of food deserts faced. So what did I do about this? I tried to see what solutions were already out there. I found out that Michelle Obama created a Let's Move campaign as her first woman service. She partnered with many grocery store chains like Walmart and Kroger, where she opened many stores in food deserts. But the problem still persists. Why? This is because there isn't no one-size-fits-all solution for food deserts, as there are many factors that go into play, such as poverty, lack of transportation, and disinvestment in specific communities. So to address this problem, we must take a multifaceted, comprehensive approach towards solving these issues that include advocating for policy changes, volunteering with local organizations, and most importantly, educating yourselves. To do this, to advocate for policy changes, you can contact your local representatives, use social media, testify at hearings, and most importantly, educate yourself on the matter. To volunteer, you can do what I did. Volunteer at local organizations such as Food on the Move and Oasis Fresh Market. Local food banks also can make a significant impact. You can also fundraise for government assistance programs like SNAP and Medicaid. All of these approaches will help minimize the amount of food deserts that are in our community, in our nation, and in our world. Now, as I wrap up here, I just want to emphasize how important it is that we all get involved to help food deserts in America. They are wide-ranging effects that range from individuals' health to economic, political, and social factors. They are problems that don't just affect low-income communities. And I just want to emphasize how critical food deserts are and how much they impact. Thank you.